Alright guys, so this is that may have talked about, but like this is actually the one I am keeping. So this is something I bought like a while back, maybe a month ago or something. It's this Alpha Flight set, and like the Guardian and Sasquatch had came out earlier. Um, Guardian, it came with like a Wendigo Build-A-Figure set. So there's that. That's back in 2016, but that's probably the body mold itself. Kind of a boring figure. Not bad, but just, not a whole lot to it, but wasn't much of the character itself either. But this Sasquatch figure was a Build-A-Figure back in 2017. And then obviously the six-pack. Let me scoot back just a little bit. This came out as like an Amazon exclusive for their 80 years thing. And it has kind of the rest of the crew. Snowbird, Shaman, Aurora, North Star, Puck, and then Vindicator. And there was like a Build-A-Figure Puck before. I know this was used, so I'm hoping this is that. That looks really cool. It's kind of like Canada's superhero team. They really tie in with X-Men a lot too. And then you get like a product shot here on the back of them. So I actually had this like a while back and paid like, it went on sale on Amazon for like $50. So I bought it and then I sold it for like double that. And then, pretty much paid that again to get everything. Now I've got a couple of surprise pieces too. I'm going to show you here in just a moment. But anyway, I actually cleared off some space on some shelf from selling and trading some of the stuff that I'm, moving on from. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is basically crack this open, put the team together, and just kind of show you what I'm thinking as far as display goes. But anyways, be right back. Alrighty, so I got everything out of the package. So the surprise figures, I guess I put with it is like I put this kind of like first appearance Wolverine with it, because it's kind of like the Alpha Flight suit, and he's a Canadian superhero and has joined Alpha Flight in the past. So I thought that'd be a nice touch. I know I've got like two other yellow suit Wolverines, so I'm good with putting him in a different set. And Wendigo too, because Wendigo was like, I think the whole issue was like they were fighting Wendigo with the Wolverine's first appearance. Let's see. The other ones is Puck. So there's actually one that came out, if you look on the bottom, the heels, and they both say this, but 2013, I don't know if you can see that. There was a Build-A-Figure Puck back in the early Hasbro days. So they basically use the same mold. The figures look pretty much identical. From what I remember, this is like the one that came with the pack. I can't remember the total differences, but yeah, there was like I was kind of thinking like maybe this is the pack I bought from, I'd sold to a guy, because I sold my set to a guy who, it was, God, I put this, I sold my set to a guy that was business partners with the guy I bought it from. So I was like, well, it's a pretty good possibility this is like my same series set, but the box was taped. Snowbird was actually tied in too. Well, she's a pain to get out though, I will say, because I remember that from my old set. Basically, they do the same thing where they just like have the cape through the plastic in the back. So she's got some bends in there I have to kind of iron out. But there's not like a whole lot of excitement with this set. Like there's not any accessories, alternate hands with anybody. It's just pretty much like really good figures put together, and you kind of get everybody on one shot. So that's obviously the thing here. She's always such a pain to stand. I always have to kind of like lean her forward or something. I don't know. can't get her to stand. I don't understand why. I guess it's like the weight of the cape and the her hair, but she did a really good job with the hair. But I know I've seen this somewhere before. I don't know. I can't really think of who, but probably multiple people. Come on, stand. Okay, there we go. Should probably fall over. So this one and him are husband and wife. So the girl's Vindicator and the guy is Guardian. They kind of switched up the shades here, and even like with this, you can kind of see like it's just a little discolored too. But you know, he's like more of a whiter. He's more whiter, lighter red, and she's got like a darker red and cream color. Yeah, same kind of outfit. Yeah, what's weird about this is he's got red pins here showing, and then white pins there, and the elbow is just white. So never quite understood that. Her, I mean, pretty much similar body style, just a different head. They really should have brought the neck down a little bit, I think, because you can see this gap. It just kind of, you know, is what it is. Let's see. Then we got Shaman, who has a belt. He's like kind of like an Indian guy that can like summon the forest and stuff. I don't know, he has some like mystical powers. I remember with him, I was always trying to get him like in a Indian style pose, because that's what he always did. He always like kind of said Indian style and meditated or, you know, conducted spells and stuff. So I wonder if I can do that again. The tricky thing is these hips, trying to get those in the right spot. That's where they spread out. Does have double jointed knees, so that's a good thing. And then getting him to, you know, sit like that too, which is tough. So yeah, I worry about these tassels. So kind of got it. I just don't like a short version of it, so scoot back, make one for him. So kind of like that. So there we go. And then we have North Star and Aurora, which I can't remember which one's which. Alright, so the guy's North Star and the girl's Aurora. They're like, I think they're brother and sister, and they have like separate powers, but when they're together, they magnify each other's powers. You know, again, just kind of the same body mold. You know, not bad. The bummer here was whenever I brought North Star out, his hip cracked. So I'm gonna show you that in just a second. So basically, I was trying to twist his hip here, and this part cracked. So I was like, oh no. So basically, yeah, which I think is just super glue. I don't think it like kind of broke off anything necessarily, and that's, you know, pretty much what they do in the manufacturer too, is just do that. But yeah, I was trying to twist his hip here, and it just didn't want to go, and that part of it went instead. So yeah, I'm going to have to find some super glue and fix that piece, but you know, it pops in the meantime. But yeah, that was kind of a bummer, because obviously you can't just order this figure, you know, by itself. You have to find it on eBay, and you know, God knows what it is. So I don't know, I might just do that. I'm gonna try some super glue and see how that works, but it's in a really odd spot. I mean, it seems like it just goes back in. Main thing is it just, I don't know what's going on here. It's like this die cut, so when this guy's laid down, it's kind of going in a little bit, and I was trying to loosen that part of it, and it still doesn't want to loosen. So I don't get that. The other one seems okay. Well, I don't know, maybe there's something with it too, because I can see like a gabbage there. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try to fix that one, I reckon, and see what I can get done. And then really, I mean, my favorite one and probably the best one of the bunch is Sasquatch. Just so well done. And you know, again, this is a Build-A-Figure back in 2017. Just really well done. Excellent head sculpt, body sculpt. A lot of what's here was borrowed for Wendigo. Came out like a couple years later. Great color setting and all that stuff too. One thing weird is they have like the brown here. But I think it's really good. It does have like that kind of looseness here, but it is ratcheted too, so that's part of it as well. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's, you know, really cool set. You know, glad to have it. Definitely a piece I was, you know, willing to make space for. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have it like in some form or fashion display like this, just with the whole crew. But anyways, let me get Mr. Sasquatch looking up a little bit. So let's go. There we go. So, but anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much the crew that I'm gonna set up, and you know, just go from there. But anyways, thanks for watching.